Today's video sponsored by Accurus. Hello internet. Assalamu alaikum. Hello. Ni hao. Hi. How's it going? You haven't finished playing Search yet. There's treats outside on the grass. You haven't finished Search. Go outside, look. You haven't finished. Ben. Look. Search. Where are we at today with life? It's an expansive question, isn't it? I unfortunately found myself eating a lot of chocolate, which I don't beat myself up for anymore, albeit you don't get anywhere without letting the inner critic. I've been unable to exercise because I was in a car crash because of my back, so that's really set me back athletically. Yeah, life problems always seem to get in the way. There's always a good excuse not to do something though. I have tried. The thing with injuries and giving up, in inverted commas, is, you know, Goggins will tell you to keep going, but it depends what your goals are. Goggins is very good for getting your ass off the sofa. It's also good for, it's not sustainable though, at least in my experience. It's not sustainable at all. You burn out. You burn out, and because of the burnout you get injured. And then what was the point in all of that work that you did if you're just going to get injured and not be able to train? This stuff's probably not good for you. I know it's not good for you. I did quite a long time without it. The headaches from coming off this. If you drink more than like 2 or 3 a day, you will get withdrawal symptoms. So now what I do is I limit them. And I actually have that sort of sense of control. Chocolate's just, chocolate's like an antidepressant to me at the moment. And if I was able to train or do road work, I do go to training even when it's sore. I still go, because you can do math training, which is where you basically keep your heart rate really low. Basically the thing is, if you go to the gym or you go training, right, and you do 10 out of 10, push it to the limit, yeah, then you do that for say 3 times a week. Can anyone really manage that 3 times a week? Let's say that you do 8 out of 10 3 times a week. At the end of the week, you'll have 24 points. Quick maths. But if you do, 5 out of 10 every day, you have 35 points. 7 times 5 is 35, isn't it? And at the end of the year, you completely overtake it. There's always something that you can do within that 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 space. And the more you do it, you build a base level of fitness that protects you from injuries. So I found that, and I was doing it because I had a bad back, and it didn't allow me to do any rugby training or high intensity stuff. So I was sort of forced into doing it with the boxing. And it works, it is good. The problem I've got now is after the car crash, even that's like, and then because I go through personal stuff, I've got all this stuff that needs anger, aggression, sadness, whatever it's manifesting itself as, that needs to come out somehow in a healthy sense rather than, you know, getting pissed and having a fight. Not that I get pissed or have fights anymore, but so I go to boxing. But then when I start unleashing, and this is the killer instinct, this is something that I didn't have. So I actually am grateful for the fact that I did go through shit, because I wouldn't have had the killer instinct. I could always bang a little bit. Unfortunately, done some damage to a few people. And I don't say that in a boasting sense. It was, and I've been told I'm heavy-handed. Put it that way. So I lost my trail of thought then because I felt big. I felt bad for sounding like I was trying to sound cool for punching someone's tooth out. But then I did get filled in by his friends, so who's the joke on really? But anyway, I go to boxing to release some of the shit, and I've had a lifetime of shit, so it's quite, not to sound like the victim, because it's made me who I am, and it's given me the killer instinct. So without going through a load of rubbish that you wouldn't wish on, you know, without going through that, I would never have developed the killer instinct, because it's like that thing. It's hard to explain. It's like you've got hell. It's like I can channel hell. If that sounds weird, I know, but because if you do it in the thing is, look, this is. If you can see, that's samurai fighting a dragon, right? And it's all about, and this came from thought process of, you know, the dragon was originally me beating my demons, right? And while that still is the case, you know, listen to Jordan Peterson did talk about being meek is not virtuous. Being dangerous but being able to control it, that's virtuous, and that's really where a functioning society wants its males. It wants the males to be capable of destruction, but to not do that. And that control is what, I think that's kind of where big dick energy comes from, in a sense, because I never naturally was gifted with that sort of, that natural ability, should we say, but, you know, when you know you can do damage, and that's why I'm a really big advocate for boxing, because it's about learning to fight so that you don't have to, and it really permeates wider life. Like it is mental. It is amazing how much it permeates wider life. Just even to the sense of, like, I wore a camel suit today with a, whatever you would call this shirt, and a cap. And now, that's not supposed to sound like a boast, it's just, you know, for a long time I would be very self-conscious about what I would wear. And I would, you know, purposely dull the shine of whatever. I like bright colours, you know, and I went through stages of, I think a lot of young lads do. You see a group of young lads or a group of young girls, they'll all be wearing the same thing, or very similar. People don't like to stick their head up above the parapet, because it'll get chopped off. But it doesn't get chopped off. It can, don't get me wrong. But you get yourself to a point where even if someone tries to chop your head off, you just go, "Excuse me, do not chop my head off. Thank you very much." And then go about your business. Because if someone's trying to chop your head off, that means they're insecure. And that means they haven't done the work. Angry little boys. I feel sad for chavs, actually, because it is fear-based. Being a chav is fear-based. Just watching my dog do a poo. But yeah, boxing, I love it. So anyway, that was a very big tangent, wasn't it? So I've hurt my wrist because I really it starts building up, and I'm like pacing around, and I'm like, oh shit, it's fucking here. And then it's like the Hulk. That's a good way of explaining it. It's like the Hulk. You've got to be able to be the Green Hulk, but not punch someone in the street while you are the Green Hulk. But anyway, I start feeling it, and it's like, oh shit, like it's coming up. And then to deal with it, I take it out in the heavy bag. But I know when I shouldn't do it, and I very rarely now actually do it. I very rarely put myself in a position where I'm going to hurt myself, because I've learned that the hard way. But when you've got like very intense things happening and associated feelings, I just want to break the heavy bag. And I seem to have either weak wrists or powerful punches, especially my left hook. It must be it must be the angle, if anyone's aware of why that happens, or it's always that bit. it must, my wrist must bend in a certain way. My shoulders are really laying it in with the left foot. Doubling it up, I love doubling up the left hand, I think it's gangster. Gangster is third. Gangster is third. Yeah, it is cool. I never say gangster, that's why I did the weird noise after. I never say that. It's because I know that I'm putting it on the internet and I felt sort of anxiety based conformity in the shape of trying to appeal to what I think other people might find relatable. Christ. Honestly. And that actually is I sound like a hypocrite now, don't I? Good. These are why these are good therapy sessions for me. With that added thing of like, oh God, someone will see this. When in reality, I don't know if anyone does. I think the most views I've got is about 50, but it's not important. That's not why I'm doing it. But yeah, boxing. Women should box. Women should be held at the very height. Queen Cleopatra, like literally the top of our society. There's nothing. One of the most destructive forces for women in the entire world is Beyonce, the role model. Especially for young people with darker skin. Yeah, it's not good. Not good at all. We should be empowering our young women to think bigger than shaking the tail feather, whatever it's called, and women power and segregating. Like, we just need to really celebrate women, men protect them, put them at the very top of society. We be the protector. You give us life, so you're the best and most important thing here. And we just support you to do whatever you want to do, and the men do the graft and do the work and do the jobs that need doing, and do what we're good at. Everyone should just do what they're good at. There should be no bias. And this dog here is good at running and he's not getting enough of it. And I feel guilty. No. We're gonna have to figure something out, aren't we, pal? Not you, you like cuddles. They really want to play. Shall I try and pick you up? Put you on the internet? Come here. Come here. Say hello, Biggie Dow. Hello, Biggie Dow. That wasn't very funny. Oh. Hey. Right, anyway. Enough's enough. Enough's enough, lad. John Cena turning heel was good, wasn't it? That was good. I did very much enjoy that. I've been watching loads of the old stuff, but not really as much of the new stuff. And John Cena turning heel was an absolute stroke of genius by Hunter Hearst Helmsley. He is brilliant, isn't he, creatively? That is, for all the DX stuff, DX and the game, and mind-blowing how good he was. And he was a heel as well. Yeah, wrestling's cool. I'll be that one day. I'm not a superstar. I'm the superstar. Bam, 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 bam. Chokeslam, bitch! Don't say bitch. See, again, I did it. Right. I'm going to do the finish that I normally do without doing that weird thing where I do the bitch thing, because I never say or do things like that. Right. Right, so I'm going to get on the top of the turnbuckle. Hey! I'm gonna box his head off first. I'm gonna do a slip. I'm gonna do 1, 2. And he's gonna go down. He's gonna bam. Or should I do a spine buster first? I really like spine busters. I think spine busters are really cool. So what we'll do is we'll do Irish whip. And I'll do a spine buster, but I'll throw him up as well. And when I land, I'll spin him and fucking. That might be one of my finishers. And then he'll be down. And then I'll do my other signature move, which will probably be Swanton Bomb, I imagine, or elbow drop, I've already listed all my moves out from my repertoire. What else would I do? I like the clothesline from hell, but I'm a bit too short for that. The spear, obviously, rugby tackle. What else have we got in the locker? DDT, double arm DDT was pretty cool. It wasn't that high impact though. It wasn't very good on the games either. What else would I do? I like some of the sharpshooters, pretty badass. Remember The Rock did the sharpshooter? That never stuck, but that was pretty cool. And then I'm just trying to say my moves. We'll save it. Oh, the spin thing that Rikishi does when you clothesline him. That is cool. And what else? What else would I do? I've got a list of them all. I've already written it all down. There's definitely going to have to be some sort of boxing thing. So there's definitely going to be some sort of, probably Swanton Bomb, Spine Buster DDT. What was that? What was Christian's finisher? That was very good. You can't have too many finishers though, can you? Alabama Slam's good. I like the Alabama Slam. What else? I like the Spine Buster. I don't want to share the actual one that I'm going to do for my finisher because I want it to be completely original. And it's a move that doesn't get done. And it's like, I don't even want to share who did it. That's how much it's niche. The suplex, German suplex is pretty cool. But what else would I do? I like the flying elbow. I think that's cool. I look good in the air. I'll show Michaels. Val Venus, the money shot. That was pretty cool. Shooting star press. I wouldn't go anywhere near. I already tried that one. I tried that once off, well, not on top of someone, but I tried to do a backflip off a podium in a nightclub. And I landed. I did it. The podium was probably the size of this unit I'm resting on. And I did a backflip off it when I was pissed. And I landed, so it's like that. I landed, I went like that. Landed on my head, fortunately, my head and my shoulder. I got a scar on the back of my head. My shoulder took the brunt of it, landed on the corner and then just flopped on the floor. If I'd landed on the floor, I'd be dead. I was 23 as well. That was a turning point in my life, actually. One of many. Oh, what was Farouk's finisher? The Dominator. I wouldn't be strong enough to do that on too many people though. Too small. Not small, but average. I'm slightly below average height. It's an interesting one as well about what weight I'll box at, because I actually want to box people bigger than me because it's harder. I also don't want to cut weight. I think that's bullshitting for pussies. I think cutting weight's for pussies. And actually, I would take a stand and be like, if you're going to cut weight, I'm still not going to cut weight. And I'm going to beat you even though you weigh more than me. Because cutting weight's a load it hurts the fighters and it's just gaining an advantage, and that's a pussy move. So, what else is there? There's some cool things like that I think of that I want to do. Like take a stand against stuff. Non-violent, non-compliance. I like Martin Luther King. And Gandhi. I learned a lot from reading them, and Nelson Mandela. I took a lot of that stuff in when I was at university. At the same time smoking weed, so my brain was open to, perceptions. Smoking weed opens a door that... The thing with smoking weed is, in moderation, it's very, very safe and very good. If you do a spiritual practice and you're looking after yourself and you sleep right and you eat right. So semi-regular use of cannabis for meditation and introspection and stuff it's just when it gets into it becomes less of a spiritual sort of meditative tool and becomes more of a party escape type thing. That ends in tears, as I found out myself. But I also then found out for myself afterward that the latter is also true. Like, you can use it. I choose not to. I tried again. Boys, no fighting. Boys! I gotta go, man. Goodbye, internet. So it'll probably be bam, 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 bam. Fine headbutt. Bye, internet.